Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Wednesday. All right, guys. Well, we are back to talk about some Jax Taylor, Brock Davies, Sheena, Shay, a little bit of Gigi from Shaws of Sunset, and congratulations to Candace and Chris Bassett for the birth of their beautiful little baby. I love that. I mean, I obviously you guys know I'm a person, but I love it for anybody else who's having a baby. I just don't want a baby. And I don't like holding the baby. And I'm so afraid of the baby. But I'm also like, that's okay. I can sit here and admire from afar. Oh my God, that is so cute. Stay over there. You know, that's okay. But we're about to get into all of it. Smash the like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Hit the notification bell. Let's go. Right here. So, oh my God, you can't write this. Then get a reality blurb. Vanderpump Rules star Scheana, Shay, and her husband Brock Davies threw some more shade at Jax Taylor. They also revealed their recent conversation with Nick Viall's wife, Natalie Joy, amid their feud as Nick allegedly sat with his back to them the entire time. Awkward. On the most recent episode of Sheena's Shenanigans podcast, a fan asked Sheena if she ever slept with Jax, citing that Jax stated on his podcast that he has hooked up with every girl he is friends with. And she said, I can proudly say I have never banged Jax. I've never done anything more than hug Jax and rub some sunscreen on him one time, thank God. But Brock then chimed in and issued a warning to Jax about women who he has DM'd seemingly exposing him. Good old Jax Taylor. I'll tell you what, buddy, you better slow down on those DMs because the girls are talking, mate. But moving on to the drama with Nick, the feud began when he called Brock a payroll husband. This was on the Viall Files podcast, and he suggested that he only earns money through Sheena's businesses. But Nick then reportedly sold payroll husband merchandise, and at the time, oh my God, I remember, guys. Can I just say really quick? I was at the Vanderpump Rules premiere. I think it was last year. When this all came out, they were on their way. The payroll husband merch came out. Me and Emily D. Baker were headed to the premiere. We were talking and she said, oh my God, did you see Sheena's Instagram stories? Or it was Sheena or Brock. And Emily was the one who showed me. And she was like, look, they're calling out Nick for this payroll husband stuff. So this was a while back. But yeah. Now during the podcast, listener mentioned that Brock was in Nick's Instagram reel and they asked if they buried the hatchet. But by the way, again, he sold the payroll merchandise. And at the time, Sheena insinuated that Nick was a hypocrite because Natalie was on his payroll. Yeah. Brock said he's a grown ass man that has said some things and tried to make merch off of me. Payroll husband merch, for those of you who forgot, is what Sheena said. And his wife, Natalie, could not have been more mature. She walked up to us with her baby. We had about a 5-minute conversation. She apologized for the merch, for the things that had been said. And she said, maybe we've judged you based off of an edit, basically. And she just said, like, can we? And Brock interjected and said, she used the term we. She's like, we are sorry. While Nick sat with his back to us the whole time, is what Sheena said. But Brock thanked Natalie for approaching them and said that actually showed maturity and it was amazing. But back in January, Sheena first addressed Nick's comments, saying, I feel like I have been a subject on the last several episodes of his Viall Files podcast because he has nothing else to talk about. Nick, I want to stay positive, but bro, if your wife was the lead role in your family and you have a kid, what would you do? There's no need to be calling me that. Plus, I would like to point out that the guy is 42 and he went on a dating show, another dating show, and then another dating show. And after all those 3 dating shows, he left with nobody. Then he was 38. And when he met his 20-year-old fiance, I'm not going to read into that. You do whatever you want, buddy. Brock is like, Nick, sit your silly ass down because you're over here judging me and you're throwing stones at a house when your house is made of glass. So all I'm telling you is you better back that up really quick. And I'm all for it. I'm like, listen, I don't know, Nick, but if you're going to call the guy a payroll husband, and you're selling merch. I mean, if I were Sheena and Brock, I would have made another shirt that said, hi, I'm the payroll husband, or the wife of the payroll husband. I would have also played into it and sold the merch too and just been like, here you go. Brock really has every right to do that. Brock has every right to clap back because you're the one who opened this door. Nick sometimes can get a little vile on the vile files. And this is an example. But the fact that his wife came up to Brock and Sheena, cool. I'm all here for it. Moving on. So, I don't know if you guys saw this, but if you haven't seen it, we're going to talk about it because we haven't talked about Gonessa Gigi from Shaws of Sunset in a long time, but she recently took to her Instagram story and she, in a series of posts on her Instagram, welcomed her son, Elijah, back in April of 2020. She was seen hosting a bash for her loved ones, and this was with her new husband, Dennis DeSantis. But based in the caption, it appears that Gigi is married. I don't know if that's true, but Bravo and Cocktails announced on Instagram back, I think it was 2 days ago, it was November 11th. It was with a screenshot of Gigi's post, which revealed that she and Dennis had been hosting their first dinner as Mr. and Mrs. The fan page also shared a second screenshot in which they said Dennis, who seems to have one daughter of his own, was Gigi's longtime friend. And they also included one of his posts in which he declared Gigi was still in love with him after 10 years. But in the comment section of Gigi's post, a number of her followers weighed in on her exciting news. And one person said, wow, congrats, newlyweds. Another person said, oh, cat's out of the bag. So happy for you, honey. And wow, congratulations. This is huge. Okay. Well, there you go. I'm all for it. As Shaws of Sunset fans may have seen, Gigi, MJ, and Reza have been tied to rumors of a potential reboot or spinoff of the original series in the years since it was canceled. In fact, they were seen filming together back in 2022, saying, we were doing a new thing because we did that show for such a long time. And it's just great that people still are interested and invested in our lives as we have evolved and changed so much. That's what MJ explained to Entertainment Tonight at the time. But a short time later, Reza confirmed that whatever it was that they had filmed had not yet been picked up by a network. We did shoot this other thing that TMZ reported about, and we did some sort of other show with me, Gigi, and MJ, is what Reza said. We filmed one pilot, and I think that they have now an obscene, amount of time to decide whether or not they wanted to roll with it. But it seems like they never actually rolled with it. But we're going to leave that right there, and we're going to celebrate. Today is a day of celebration because Candace and Chris Bassett shared with People magazine the exclusive photos. If you guys didn't see, Aaron and Abe also just announced through People magazine that they are pregnant, but the Bassetts announced the birth of their beautiful little baby. They said Candace Diller Bassett is singing a new genre of music these days, lullabies. The Real Housewives of Potomac star and her husband, Chris Bassett, shared the first photos of their newborn son, Jet Maxwell Lee, exclusively with People Mag. And you can see, and I think that she already said, I want more. Slow down, Candace. Slow down. Boy. All right, guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are, especially about Brock issuing his warning to Jax and the ladies in the DMs, Gigi seemingly being married, and then, of course, the big congratulations to the Bassetts. Don't forget that tonight is The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, the new episode, and we'll be back tomorrow to recap it all. I love you guys, and we'll see you next time.